Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Quick Expert Reviews. Today we've got a Peugeot 108 or Citroën C1 or Toyota Aygo, which are all based on the same platform. They're actually the same cars with just a bit of different trim levels, different badges, and some of the engines. Actually, no, the engines were they actually work together on at least the petrol engines, which are 1.0 and 1.2 available in UK. All are manual transmissions, and yeah, that's about it. Really nice, really sharp looking car, I have to admit. Brilliant red color. This is a active version which has like a touch panel display and alloy wheels and so on and so on. It's a really nice car. So in terms of the boot space, there's not that much. You can fit like an A4 brochure and maybe a bottle of drink, but if you'd like to, you can fold the seats. Now in terms of folding the seats, obviously you have to move the front seat first, because otherwise, yeah, unless you don't have any legs, you can't really do much. So if we go to the front and move the seats to the front, yeah, the seats fold flat, so you can actually fit an A3 brochure in the trunk. So yeah, that's how it looks like. Pretty decent, I have to admit. Storage space, not mind-blowing, but still you can do a bit of transportation in that. Now unfortunately the rear is made of plastic, this casing, so unfortunately it's very prone to scratching. It's very easily scratched, so yeah, that's that. Actually, you know what, I've got an idea. I'm gonna sit in the back, or actually no, yeah, I'm gonna sit at the back and see how much space I've got left. Now, to be honest, it's quite interesting, because you don't get any, you can't really open the windows. You can like open the hatch slightly and that's about it. So you don't get a lot of, ow, that hurt. You don't get a lot of fresh air, but it is what it is. So yeah, at least you get the electric windows on the front, so that's not bad. So now I'm going to move to the front, and I'm going to move the chair. So how would I feel comfortably in the front? Okay, let's move it to the back a bit, and now I'm going to go to the back and see if I can actually sit comfortably in the back. And yeah, to be honest, yeah, it works pretty well. I have to admit, I've got quite a lot of space above my head, so yeah, it's actually pretty decent. Now I've watched like Kawa and things like that, and like lady there was like 5.5 foot tall or something like that, and she didn't fit. Now I have to admit that it's actually pretty decent. Yep. So yeah, moving to the front, we've got a glove box that fits a chocolate bar and a can of Coke. Then we've got the front panel, which actually is neat, simple, sleek. I would say there are no unnecessary buttons. You get the touchscreen control, you can operate the radio with, you get the like an onboard computer, which works pretty well. And then obviously you've got the climate control panel underneath and all that stuff. You do get the aircon, yeah, so hazard lights, aircon. You've got the intensity of the heating or cold, and then you've got the temperature gauge. Then you've got the, you can blow the air, like basically what every other car has had since, I don't know, 1980. So nothing extraordinary, but at least it's nicely laid out. And like I said, you do get the electric windows, so that's a nice option. They are not automated, so you have to keep pressing the button if you want to roll the windows down. A very nice sporty half flat or flat tire shaped steering wheel, and then underneath you get the USB port and 3.5mm jack. So that's that, these are the seats. Very comfortable, I have to admit. They look a bit like Baymax from Big Hero 6, but yeah, very comfortable seats, very comfortable. Now, touching on the sat-nav again a bit for a second, if you want to operate that, all you can do, in order to do that, you need a Samsung Galaxy Note 4, you need a iPhone 5 or Samsung Galaxy J3 2016, that's about it.
So, how does it drive? And I have to admit, it drives amazing. Like, seriously, like there is one thing which I just learned about, but seriously, on a serious note, it's fun to drive. So first of all, in terms of like equipment, I've showed you like everything about the radio and the aircon and all that jazz. But now I've just realized, which I haven't spotted while I was sitting in the passenger seat, that you've got a USB port on the bottom, and you also have a 3.5mm aux input or jack or however you call it. And to be honest, it's actually pretty decently well equipped. Now, the top level trims and spec does allow you to, for example, equip it with a reversing camera, or you can equip it with a parking sensors, for example. But truth be told, I mean, this is a car which is the size of a cardboard box from a 15-inch telly, so you don't really need that. But if you'd like to, you can buy one. Now, in terms of like the equipment, like I said, you do get the electric windows and so on, so on. They are not automated, so you have to press and hold the button in order to open the windshield. But yeah, it actually. It's actually pretty well done, and as you can see, I'm just doing these. Whoa! Okay, there is a bit of a roll in here, but overall, it's pretty decent. It's pretty nice. If you're doing around 40 miles per hour, it's a bit loud inside, so I wouldn't take it necessarily for a motorway trip. But if you're thinking about buying something for, let's say, city driving, work driving, I mean, seriously, it's very hard to get something better than that. Now, obviously, because it's a Peugeot 108, you also get the, it's exactly the same car as the Toyota Aygo or Citroen C1 and so on, so on. So, like I've mentioned before, it's actually the same car. You just get different trim levels and equipment levels. But yeah, the brakes are pretty decent. Are we going or what? Yeah, well done. Thanks, mate. And it's actually pretty fun to drive. Like seriously, the seats are very comfortable. When you're going over like speed bumps or potholes, you don't actually feel it that bad. There's no like, it doesn't resonate or anything like that. It just glides through it. Well, not in a Lexus style gliding or anything like that. But to be honest, I'm pretty impressed. I'm really impressed. However, the thing that impressed me the most is the shifting. So what happens is that when you change the gears, it actually tells you that you need to shift exactly like a rally car. It's so much fun, it's unreal. Like seriously, I mean, I feel like I'm driving like a WRC car, and it's absolutely brilliant. Like seriously, wow, well done. Like shift. I mean, how cool is that? How absolutely cool is that? Brilliant. But anyway, yeah, going back to the car. So obviously, it's I would say it's not a motorway cruiser. It's a proper city car. And if you've got 4 adults, that also means that your boot space is limited to like an I don't know. You can put 2 boxes of DVD. DVD discs, and that's about it. That's as much as you get. But apart from that, it just works. It just works. It just drives. It just works. I mean, everything is absolutely fine. I can just see that the camera has moved a bit, but yeah, I mean, there's nothing really wrong with the. Okay, let's let boss go, and there's really nothing to complain about. Any traffic or anything like that, you're actually sitting pretty comfortable. There's no road noise as such or anything like that, so you're actually pretty. It's actually pretty decent in terms of like turning around. Its turning circle is absolutely brilliant. I mean, I thought that I've got it really well done with a Lexus GS300, which actually has a really narrow turning circle, and it actually drives pretty well. But this is actually next level. Like, I don't know if it's like on the level of London taxis, which are really good at turning around. So again, you can clearly see where is the pedigree, where the actual car really shines, and that's in city driving. I have to admit that even though I've been driving for 10 minutes, I don't feel exhausted as I usually do in cars of this size, and yeah, so overall I have to admit I'm pretty impressed with the car. It does, like, I know it's only a 1.0 engine, petrol engine, so it's got like 68 brake horsepower, and it's not a speed demon, but at the same time, I mean, it does like 60 mpg on a motorway, and it does like 40 mpg town driving. On top of that, there's no road tax, purely because the emissions are around 82 milligrams for the 1.0 and 99 for the 1.2, which means that you're excluded from the road tax on both engines. I know it's only petrol engine, but if you'd like to, I know it's a 5-speed manual, if you'd like to, you can get an auto as well. Again, I have to admit, I'm pretty impressed with the whole car, pretty impressed with the whole experience. So yeah, there was literally not much more to add. It's just a simple basic car that does everything very well, and the value for money is absolutely ridiculous. You've got the folding seats, you've got absolutely amazing miles per gallon in the city driving, you can park it anywhere. I think you can even park it on a motorcycle spot because it's that small. And really, I've enjoyed this. So thanks for watching another episode of Quick Expert Reviews, and I'll speak to you soon, guys. Bye!